Yeah, IWC, WWE, everybody, we just been part of history. WWE Raw on Netflix, baby. I don't know how else to start this thing. Jesse, ring the bell.
You are now listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Ringside Renaissance. And we're here with a very special RRW weekly review for WWE. Yeah. Crazy. A record-setting, history, momentous occasion. Yes.
Talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Talk about it.
And to talk about it, I'm here with the best co-host in the world, Pretty Deadly Jesse. Woo. We loud today, baby. We're getting it going. And I'm Andrew Kombat Jones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
We had a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful night last night. Raw went Netflix. And what a great way to kick it off. I know there's a lot of mixed reviews in the IWC. We'll kind of break it all down. But overall, before we kind of get into it, just overall, what did you think of the show? Not really getting into your likes and dislikes, but just as an overall show.
Extravaganza. It was a spectacle. I don't know. I felt like I was, like I said, history. Like we were all witnessing history. Like it was awesome. It was amazing. The production to everything they did leading up to it. God, that cold opener that they did. They'd released it earlier in the day, and then they kind of showed it on the curtain that they had covering the ring. Would make anybody emotional and make you feel nostalgic and bring a tear to your eye, you know, and them showing the history of WWE and wrestling and how it came about to now.
Yeah.
Showing how important it is. Oh,
I was really I'm glad I watched the Pat McAfee show beforehand because Michael Cole was on there. Shout out Pat McAfee show. And like he expressed how they had to bring the whole storylines and everything to like a worldwide audience now, because some people have never been exposed to WWE besides like probably WrestleMania and things like that. So right. The way they had to explain things and the way they had to explain the people in the ring, the performers, might have been dumbed down a little bit. I know some people on the internet were kind of not really 100% on board with that, but we got to remember they're like trying to reach to a newer audience. So I can deal with like the over explanation of the performers by the commentators to try to offset that and bring this new audience about. I didn't see a problem with that. Some people, I mean, people on the internet have a problem with everything. Some people probably have a problem with us.
yeah.
You know who you are.
Yeah. No, I don't have a problem with it, you know, because a few days ago, WWE had put a few more extra little documentaries and little mini episodes on Netflix to kind of bring people up to speed on like past wrestlers, some of like, you know, the Hall of Famers, and then stuff that had led up to WrestleMania, and then like the greatest moments of Raw of all time. So I thought they did a good job, and it was something that needed to be done for especially this first episode, because they were going to get a lot of extra eyes, especially it being the first. And like I said, it felt like we were watching history. Like we were, because going back and remembering as a child watching like Raw and when it first came about and stuff like that on cable, like that was history, right? So how blessed are we to be able to say that we witnessed Raw and WWE coming over to streaming and Netflix, and it's the same type of situation, right? And we've all been blessed to be a part of it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I mean, a lot of the younger fans, and probably, you know, same goes for like older fans, older than us. They've witnessed
Right.
Wrestling go from territories to being more monopolized and everything else. But we weren't really alive during that whole era. But like you said, to see Raw come on cable TV and have a weekly, because before that we only had like Saturday morning superstars and then
Mm-hmm.
Saturday night's main events and stuff. But we went from that to this, where now it's like truly WWE is truly a global phenomenon now. I mean, that's what this is, and I think Netflix is going to get a big return on their investment. It just felt like a big feel.
Yeah.
The crowd was hot the whole time, but
How about that stadium too? Like
yeah, it was really
that
cool.
technology of that stadium.
Yeah,
Woo!
it was
Like
really
all
cool.
the lights.
And to see Triple H, like you said, they had that opening video package that was really cool and explained a whole lot and brought a lot of people up to speed on professional wrestling. There's probably people that have been watching wrestling the last 5, 6, 7 years that didn't know a lot of the information that was given and a lot of the performers that were shown. And
Right.
so it even brings those people up to speed. But then they had Triple H in the ring, the ultimate hype man,
Yeah.
telling the whole crowd, like, the whole world's seeing you, so make sure you're as loud as possible. And they understood the assignment because that crowd was pretty hot all night.
Oh, for
I
sure.
don't think there was any really sort of lull in the crowd. I mean, they figured it out all night long.
And the crowd was, as it should have been in LA, was filled with the who's who of superstars that weren't even wrestling and celebrities all alike. Like we had rappers, we had actors, we had everybody. Like
Macaulay Culkin.
Topanga, Macaulay Culkin. Like he was not home alone. God,
Yeah, that's right.
Crazy.
Man.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was like I said, it was a happening, as Gorilla Monsoon used to say. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think I just kind of took it for what it was. I didn't know what to really expect. I was just expecting like another episode of Raw, just kind of amped up a little bit, which at the end of the day it kind of was. But
the crazy thing about it is I feel like, okay, so now tonight is Raw, because I feel like I just watched like a PLE or something crazy, and I'm like, okay, now I get to unpack it, but nope, that was Raw.
The great thing about it is I checked this morning, and you can just restream it. Like it's there now, so that's really interesting. If there's people that are working, or people overseas, a lot of our friends across the pond used to have to stay up till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to watch it. Now it's like not as much of a necessity. They can just wake up the next morning, put it on, and see what happens. So I mean, we do have DVRs and shit, but you understand what I'm saying.
It was It was on right away. As soon as it stopped, it was on. And while it was on, you could pause it and you could rewind it and then get back to where you were too.
Yeah.
And of course, we had the commercials like we expected, and they I'm sure that's going to be a big bidding war for those commercials on that too, saying that's somewhat new for Netflix to have shows with commercials. But
yeah, again, the people across the pond were commenting they didn't have a lot of commercials and advertisements. They didn't have any, I don't think, but I think that's probably they have to work out contracts and stuff with different companies over there and whatever.
Well, I wonder what they were seeing then.
It was just a continuous feed, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that must have been interesting to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Huh.
But then after Triple H came out, made his little announcement, and made sure everybody was hyped up, we did get the return of the final boss.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Yeah.
Is this the final boss, or is this Dwayne Johnson?
Well, no. Well, it was both technically, because the intro, I heard like the video game intro, and I'm like, who is this? For a second, I'm like, it's got to be the final boss. It's got to be a singer, else they're putting somebody that we don't know out there first. And yeah, it was the final boss, The Rock, but he was there to show his goosebumps, the bumps,
the mana,
my bumps, my
showing
bumps.
the mana.
My rocky
his lovely
bumps.
lady lumps.
Yeah, his lovely rocky bumps. Yeah. What a
I had mixed feelings on this.
Yeah.
What
a reaction he got, though, of course. Yeah.
I had mixed feelings about it that I told you about.
Right.
But looking back on it, there's little nuances he did in this whole thing. I think at the end of the day, to present WWE to, like I said, a worldwide crowd, they couldn't have The Rock come out and be like the biggest piece of shit in the world. Like,
I think he would have still got cheered anyway, so it probably wouldn't have worked. So they saying it was the first episode and it's the first time people are seeing him, and they're they got to get up to speed. Yeah, he's got to come out and do the love fest thing.
yeah,
It
because
is what it is. Yeah,
look at this. He came out and he put over like WWE
everybody.
and Triple
Yeah,
H, but the most people he put over was Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes.
right.
And when he put over Cody Rhodes, they showed, and Cody Rhodes was just conveniently standing out in the crowd. Like, they wouldn't have
Yes,
placed Cody Rhodes sitting in the crowd watching that unless it was leading to something. There's story to build off that. There's a reason they had Cody placed in the crowd right there just
right.
for that one moment.
And when he was
Um,
like leading up, talking about like before he had said Cody Rhodes, he was like, "I got to give this man credit for the last year he's been carrying on his back." I thought he was talking about Triple H for a second.
yeah, me
I
too.
thought and then he said Cody Rhodes. Like, oh, okay, damn, we're going in this direction.
hmm
But
But like I said, to have Cody conveniently placed there, and it's not like he sat in the crowd all night, because we'll find out later that he was in the back right
yeah,
after that. So
yeah.
to have him out in the crowd for that little moment, I think there's going to be more that leads to.
And Cody
Um,
Rhodes, one last thing. Tell Mama Rhodes I said hi.
Combat Jones' prediction has been confirmed
Yes.
that The Rock has a copious collection
Yes.
of Mama Rhodes panties,
Lingerie, baby. Yes.
the yellow polka dot ones and everything.
Cody Rhodes, Mama Rhodes definitely rode the Rock's Sabian.
The Rock's Rock.
The Rock's. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Dwayne's
Cody's-
Rock. To be determined. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really interesting. I liked seeing The Rock, but he kind of looked menacing. He kind of like had like that kind of like serial killer sort of the sunglasses with like not clean shaved, and
Right.
I don't know, there was something about him that just kind of seemed sort of a little bit unhinged. And he put over Roman Reigns as being the only tribal chief.
Yeah.
And as soon as he said that, I was like, Roman Reigns is winning this match tonight. There ain't no way
Right.
he's not winning this match.
There's no swerve coming with him coming out. Yeah. Which I expected, but they went kind of the safe route, but I'm not mad at it being the first episode with Netflix and considering the circumstances and everything. There's time to change and build off it, and he got that reaction, and it's time he can backtrack on that kind of and flip it and make him look like more of an asshole.
Yeah. And that comes up later on because the first match of the night, we had tribal combat for the possession of the Ulafala and possession of the Wise Man. Sounds like a cuck situation, but we had Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa in tribal combat. And they said it was only the second tribal combat match in WWE history. So what are the tribal rules matches?
Well, it's just no rules.
I guess tribal combat's for the head of the table because Jey Uso faced Roman in a tribal combat.
Right.
But there was also the tribal rules match, which is the same thing as tribal
I thought
combat.
it was the same thing. Yeah, I get it mixed up. I thought they were the same name or called the same thing, but that's a good point. Yeah.
But I wasn't too overly impressed. Like the crowd and the atmosphere and just like the production, I guess, had me so hyped for this match. But the match itself wasn't anything. I wouldn't call it a 5-star classic or anything.
No, I thought it was pretty lackluster until we got up until like the run-ins and stuff like that. But I mean, of course, it was big feel and everything. You know, everybody was talking about Roman coming out with those, you know, signature Kobe Nikes or whatever it was too, wearing them. Yeah, when Solo's music had hit first too, like I was like, okay, we're getting right into it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
the meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, like, well, you know, and you know how I feel about all the run-ins and stuff. It's like every single one of Roman Reigns' big matches is just full of run-ins. Like every single one.
Yeah.
Name the last time a Roman Reigns match besides War Games and shit. But
It was
maybe the
kind of
last
like a
time.
watered down WrestleMania
Yes.
main event sort of run-in type of situation they did with everybody. Like,
Yeah, and
yeah.
go ahead.
I was pretty hyped when I seen Kevin Owens finally make it out there and give the stunner to Roman Reigns.
The problem with that is like Kevin Owens, his whole problem with Cody Rhodes and everything else was him being involved with the bloodline stuff after fighting the bloodline, but he fought Solo's bloodline, but now he's working with Solo's bloodline. So I was like,
Yeah. Well, I don't know if
maybe
he's
I'm
working with them or he's just against Roman and Cody.
okay, that makes sense. But yeah, I mean there was, some classic spots, the table spots, the the chair, the microphones in the ring sounded really good because you could really hear the chair shots. So, like when they were hitting those chair shots, they were really like rapping on the TV. So it was like
Right.
that. Like I said, the production value of it was like I think beyond anything we've ever seen before.
Yeah, like the cameras like seemed like way better quality. They had the drone flying around for like the entrances and during the matches, which was really cool, which is something we've never seen. Like you said, the mics for like in the ring and stuff was great. The only thing I think needed to be improved with was the entrance music. It didn't seem quite as loud as you would normally get on a show, like the sound of it, like in full quality coming across the TV. I'm sure it was great there, obviously, but I think that's the only thing that wasn't like great.
What did you think about the mat, the black mat with all the sponsors on it?
We'll have to get used to it, I guess.
Yeah.
My problem with the black mat too is if somebody bleeds, you can't see the blood on the black mat either.
We want to see the blood marks, the skid
Yeah,
marks,
yeah.
everything.
It was different. It was something to get used to. We'll see if I would assume they're going forward and they're going to keep it, right? The black mat. Yeah. Whatever. I'm sure we'll get used to it. What caught me off guard also was the referee attire.
Yeah.
Like I kept thinking like there was like a manager or somebody else in the ring for like the first two matches. Like it just was playing tricks. My mom's playing tricks on me. Yeah.
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 I like I said, there's some getting used to and stuff. I like the black mat with the sponsors kind of made it feel kind of like a special event.
Yeah.
If they do that every week, obviously it'll lose its luster. But because it was a first time thing, it just felt like it almost like the blue mat that was over on SmackDown. Like it just kind of felt like it was something more was about it. Yeah, like you said, we had the run-ins. We had Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu come in. We had Sami Zayn and Jimmy Uso come in. They fought off. Kevin Owens came in, stunned Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes came out, fought him off. It was just blah, 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 blah. And then finally we got a spear from Roman Reigns onto Solo Sikoa. 1, 2, 3. He is your only tribal chief, Roman Reigns. The post-match was really interesting with Paul Heyman. A lot of people were saying, will he, won't he turn?
Right.
I don't think that.
When I seen him walk out with Roman through the entrance tunnel, I was like, okay, something could be going on interesting here. We might see something since he's coming out with him, but nothing. We got more story to build regardless.
Yeah, I just don't think that would make sense, especially like we have talked about, like trying to establish these performers and stuff to a worldwide audience. To have him turn on the first, it would just muddy the waters of shout out Redman, but it would muddy the waters of what they were trying to accomplish. But Paul Heyman was on his knees in front of Roman Reigns like he probably has been so many times before, and this was cool. The production of this was really cool. We didn't get the Rock's music. We didn't get anything over the top. It showed Roman Reigns standing with the entranceway behind him, and you could just see from the background the Rock slowly walking out to the ring behind Roman Reigns in the ring. And I thought that was really smart the way that was done.
Yeah, when they dapped up, I just kept waiting for Rock to pull him in for the rock bottom.
Yeah,
I just kept waiting for it, and it didn't come. He showed him love, and he acknowledged Roman Reigns.
It was cool because he took the Ulafala from Paul Heyman, put it around Roman's neck, and like you said, they dapped up, they hugged. But when they hugged, And then The Rock stepped back and stood in the corner. He was side-eyeing Roman the whole time.
Yeah, they were just kind of staring at each other, like,
even when he hugged him, like if you go back and look at the look on Rock's face when he's hugging Roman, it's like there's something not
I agree
all the way there. I think there's still seeds planted there. Even when they had some backstage footage of The Rock with Cody and The Rock sharing a drink with Cody backstage, then hugging him.
Yeah.
And the look on The Rock's face when he's hugging Cody, it's like,
I think he's just playing nice for the first episode. I think he's playing nice and trying to
remember what Drew McIntyre said to Cody on SmackDown. You got to watch your back, because what's been this whole story with Cody lately, the people that he thinks he can trust are the ones that turn on him. And Rock's just another one of the cogs in the machine here. He's just reeling Cody in to make him trust him, and then he's going to rock bottom him and stuff Mama Rhodes' panties in Cody's mouth when he's down on the mat.
Ooh. Can't be stuffing things in people's mouths.
Not touching that one, Not touching that one.
Not on camera.
No, idiots.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what happens to them in the showers. Next, we had John Cena come out to the ring. This was everything I thought it was going to be, just him kind of mapping out.
Big pop.
They had the thank you Cena chants and everything else. And you could hear a small smattering of people saying, people were chanting thank you Cena, and then you could hear a small smattering of people saying Cena sucks.
Oh, did you? I didn't hear that. Yeah,
it was just very faint for a little bit of time, but I think he likes that. I think that's kind of he's embraced that. But he basically, to wrap this up in a neat little package, he just basically said he's going to qualify or put himself in the Royal Rumble, and that's going to be his path to his 17th title.
Yeah, it was pretty funny the way you broke it down. Like, I don't think I'm here to do it, but there's a small chance. It's pretty much impossible. It would take a miracle, but I'm going to enter the Royal Rumble. I'm going to enter the Elimination Chamber. I'm going to try, And he mentioned 17, so.
17. So we'll see how that goes moving forward. It was good to see John Cena back in the ring. He's still jacked. Listen, he's 48 years old, and he makes me feel embarrassed to be a man. Did you see? I mean, Jesus, man, his vasculars protruding, and his bald spot glistening. It's just, what a man. His jorts.
He understands merch. I'll tell you that. Yes. He understands.
The Fruity Pebble is back.
Yeah.
Then moving on, this is something I wanted to hear how you felt about it. The Women's World Championship, Rhea Ripley challenged Liv Morgan. Your thoughts?
Oh my God! Liv came out to a amazing entrance.
Jesus Christ!
Looking great. Had great ring attire. Came out with Dirty Dom. He was looking himself with Raquel. Put on a show just with the entrance. Rhea Ripley came out, looked great, put on a show, got a huge reception, and we got a new champion, unfortunately. Yeah.
T's and P's to all the Liv Doms out there.
I guess the revenge tour has came to an end. Well, maybe we'll get a farewell tour. I don't know.
Please.
No.
Please.
A farewell to the revenge tour. Yeah. No, regardless of how you feel, I think Liv Morgan needs some respect from the last year in WrestleMania and SummerSlam and the crosses and the storyline with Dom and everything she did and the outfits, and she put that women's division on her back, and she held that storyline strong, and people were enticed, and she gets their attention, and they, just like she says, watch me. People were definitely watching her, and she played the protagonist, and she did her job, and I got a lot of respect for her. And I can say, you can say whatever you want, but I've been a Liv fan since she was in the Riot Squad, and people can attest to that. So I got respect for Liv, and she did her part, and now she deserves a little vacation.
Yeah, a much needed and hopefully a long vacation. Thank you for your service, Liv Morgan. It is no longer required. We have a new women's champion, Rhea Ripley, gains her title back that she never lost.
Yeah.
And 1, 2, 3, she kicked Dominic Mysterio in the guavas or the huevos.
Yeah.
And gave him a riptide after the match for an exclamation point. We are not going to get a dirty Dom turn that we all wanted. And
not yet, at least. Yeah. The commentary was great during the match with Pat McAfee and Michael Cole, calling Dom a piece of shit the whole time, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Michael Cole and Pat. They were back on their bullshit, and like it was real good. Like the whole night.
Yeah.
I think they got a little bit more freedom to kind of do their thing, and it's great to see them back together, and like their like friendship and their chemistry like really resonates through the screen and through the speakers when they're talking, and it's really fun to sit in and watch and enjoy that.
And Liv did all she could. She tried the Oblivion on the chair with Rhea, and it wasn't enough. And
I have to ask you, so when Cody Rhodes beat Kevin Owens with the chair, it was scorched earth policy because Cody Rhodes cheated, but Liv does it on a chair, and you were like, oh, she just did all she could.
Well, that's a little bit different.
Here?
That's a different situation.
No.
Yeah. Because I was going for Kevin. I wasn't rooting for Cody. So that's different.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, okay. So whoever you're rooting for, they can use chairs. It's okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, I got you. Just want to make sure we were clear on that.
Yeah, I can do it. You can't. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can say whatever I want. They can't.
I got you.
Or else it's World War III.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, that bomb sounds not good with World War III, bro. We should have. So Rhea Ripley was walking out of the arena. It just seemed like there was a prolonged, like, I don't know, like a camera on her, and we all kind of knew something was up. I thought it was the return of Becky at this point.
That's true. I never even thought about that. We didn't get that, or
when
Charlotte,
when everything went black and shit, and like I was like, okay, here comes Becky. But we got the American badass Undertaker. Who's the best version of the Undertaker? If you ask me. When he used to come out to Kid Rock and kept rolling. That was the best version because I grew up. There's motorcyclists that grew up that raised me, so I kind of always had that motorcycle culture in me.
I'm so confused. Maybe you can like get my history right, because you said it was Kid Rock, but I could have swore, and then you said Rollin', and that's Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, he did both of them.
Okay, that's why I was like, when did he change the song? Because I guess I remember both now too. Because yeah, I'm American bad.
There was 3 different
sad
songs,
but true from Metallica. He had done the cover to it, or he had changed it, his own rendition, Kid Rock, and then he switched over to the Rollin'.
He did Rollin' first.
Okay, yes.
And then it was American Badass, and then it was that You've Done It Now.
Oh yeah,
that they got in all like the videos because that's the only way they get licensed to.
Walking.
I'm a dead man riding. I didn't like this. I think it kind of took away from Rhea's moment.
Yeah, she liked it. I thought she was gonna hop on the back of that thing and drive off. That's what I was. I was like, come on.
I think Kid Rock allowed him to use the music because they both filled in a circle on the same side of the card a couple months ago. So
surprised he didn't get booed too.
I think there's other reasons for that, but yeah. So I think Kid Rock was like, yeah, sure, use my music. It is what it is. We have a new women's champion. It is Rhea Ripley, newish because she was a champion before, and I'm excited to see what moves on, what goes on with the women's division after this, and I'm really hoping the whole Liv thing's kind of wrapped up. I really am. My feelings and thoughts aside on it, your feelings and thoughts aside on it, this storyline's ran its course.
Yeah, I think it'll be over with for now. Yeah. I really do. Yeah.
What did you think about Chad Gable backstage with Adam Pearce?
Ooh.
And all he said was he wanted to face a luchador.
Oh, I
want to face a luchador next week. Okay.
Okay, I got one just for you that they've been promoting with with a little promo commercial vignette.
Yeah,
And they actually did. The graphic said his name last night.
Right.
Yes.
So
yeah. So I wonder who that will be.
I'm glad they didn't debut him on the debut of Raw on Netflix, because he probably would have gotten lost in the sauce probably. But like to have him next week once it's kind of simmered down a little bit.
Yeah.
Chad Gable is going to find out what it means to have Sano Mano.
Yeah. He's gonna find out. All right. Chad Gable is screwed. He's out.
Shush.
Yeah, shush. He's gonna get shushed.
His goose is cooked, as they say. Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre next.
We had
Jey Uso came out. Travis Scott, as you're saying.
Travis Scott, yeah. We had Travis Scott come in, which Dirty Dom was wearing the Travis Scott reverse olives too. But Travis Scott came out. They hit his music. I thought he was going to do a performance, but I think the performance for Travis Scott is going to be at WrestleMania, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, because they hit his music and he hit his L all the way to the ring, because that thing.
Yeah, so I was like, holy shit. They're letting him light up in there.
Yeah. So, I don't know if they were letting him, but he did it.
Yeah. I guess when you to that level, I guess you can do whatever you want,
Yeah. Yeah, it was really cool. The eating was fun with the light show I got you. The eating was fun. Like the light show that was in that arena lighting up as the eating was going was really cool. And we even got Michael Cole up on the announce table with Pat doing the eating. So, dude, him like, hey, Pat, how do you get up here? And like, how do I get back down? And Pat's like, show some athleticism or be an athlete or something else.
I'm sorry, but for Michael Cole, that was too much.
Oh, it was fun.
That was too much, Michael Cole. You need to calm down a little bit. When I do it, I'm throwing ropes. But when he do it, he look like he's 90 years old. And
well, yeah, I mean, it's a little bit different.
He looked like Vince McMahon in the do-rag. He was he was trying a little too hard. Michael Cole gets it in when nobody's looking. You could tell. Woof.
He practiced that in the mirror for hours.
Yeah, no, I'll respect. He forgot where he was. He was in the trance, the yeet trance. He
whited out. Yeah.
Yeah. He was whited out. All right. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, man. Like I said, it just
Yeah, it was good.
Debut of Netflix, whatever. Let's go all in. Let's just try something. You know what? Not everything is a home run, but I had fun with it. I was glad to see him having fun.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was planned out, as far as production wise. I think he had probably thought it in his head that he was going to do it, but
right,
because Pat sounded surprised when Michael Cole was climbing up on the desk. It would have been funny if the desk collapsed on him or something, but
he couldn't do it for long. He ran out of breath. Yeah.
He had to get down. With me. Yeah. I gotta get my cardio back up. I run out of breath and get Charlie horses. It's really a cool thing. Trying to act normal during that. It's real soon.
Pat McAfee was going in though the whole time.
Oh yeah, he was having so much fun. And shout out to everybody, not because we were all told that this was going to be a worldwide thing, it was going to be shown worldwide, and none of the performers seemed to really, even though this match was lackluster to me, Drew and Jey, I don't think it was anything to do with nerves from it being worldwide and millions of people watching. I think it was just kind of just a lack of chemistry, I think. And it just didn't click in the ring for me. I didn't really care for this match very much at all, even though I do like both of them.
It was such a big stage, and for just it was kind of like a Saturday night main event thing that we just had, a match on that, one of them. It was kind of just, same with Drew versus Sammy. Kind of same type of deal, but I was surprised with the outcome, actually.
Yeah, I was too. And I saw somebody
mad at it.
I think it was Cronus. Shout out Cronus. I think it was him on X that said, at this point, he was like, okay, so we're going to have a clean sweep of the baby faces tonight. And I started laughing. I said, okay, but again, you're trying to establish these stars, and you don't want a doom and gloom episode for your first episode of Netflix. You want it to be joyous and
right.
I'm glad it protected Drew a little bit with the surprise roll up, boom, 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 roll out of the ring.
Yeah, for sure.
It protected Drew, and he looks like he's going to come back with a vengeance after that one.
Oh yeah, because Drew he beat the shit out of Jey for sure too.
Oh yeah.
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 So,
Glasgow kissed him.
Yeah, Jey got a quick one on him, and that's just going to lead to more frustration and madness and craziness from Drew McIntyre going forward and going after all of them.
Oh, he's going to go full psychopath soon.
Yes. Yes.
I can't wait. Like I said, there isn't really too much to know. I mean, it was a hard-hitting match. We'd actually seen this match in a dark match at the event that we went to.
Yeah.
It was Jey against Drew, and it was funny because Michael Cole said Jey Uso's never beat Drew one-on-one, but that's not true because we saw it in a dark match. Jey did beat Drew McIntyre, so continuity is really important here.
Did he beat him in the? He beat him.
Yeah, it was a disqualification.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Drew kicked him right in the gonads, and
that's
he
right.
Yeeted everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. There was eat. Oh, yeah. There was eat everywhere.
Yeah. The ring started out blue. It ended up white.
Yes.
At this point in the night, they had a little Gunther promo, and I was thinking, where the hell have Gunther and Braun Breaker been?
Yeah, they didn't really get much of a shout.
No, Gunther had that promo. Braun Breaker was in the crowd, but like even the last few weeks on Raw, they really haven't been.
Right.
They haven't really been doing much at all. Like it's kind of disappointing if you ask me.
Well, they won't be gone for long. I'll tell you that. I think the people that weren't really showcased a lot on this one, I think next week, I think they're going to get their time.
Okay. Yeah, because a lot of people were saying that neither world champion had a match during this debut, but like I said, I think it was more of a celebration of what they were going to and less of like a I mean, there was a couple of big match feels like that leads us to the main event, Seth Rollins versus CM Punk, like was billed and showcased as like one of the biggest, most anticipated matches in WWE history. And
yeah, it felt big. It definitely felt big.
I wouldn't say go that far though, especially after that big video package they had, like Andre, Hulk,
right.
You know, Stone Cold, The Rock, like
yeah, but it's been culminating for a long time, and it's like they both really up to this point they've showed each other love in like in a way of doing it while still talking shit, right? It goes back 10, well, even longer than 10 years when they're, and Michael Cole broke it down when they were coming out to the ring about how before Seth Rollins, he had showed up at the gym to train with CM Punk, and he didn't, and then he did, and he didn't have enough money, but Punk saw it in him, and then talked about NXT and the dark match and NXT and when Punk was the champion way back in the day, you know, and that interaction and stuff that's out there. So it is a long brewing story, you know, for that. And as far as being, they got to be top 5 in WWE right now, obviously, right? As far as like the biggest, compared to like,
I haven't been in the shower with them, so I can't say that. But if I had to put money on, I'd say Omos. But
we've seen Punk in a towel. We haven't. When we see Seth Rollins, it's definitely not in a towel.
Do you think he wears women's undergarments too? Because he wears women's overgarments. Does he wear the undergarments as well?
I mean, I don't know. If he wants to be, you know, Liberace and Elton John,
not that there's anything wrong with that.
You know, he might wear some type of thong or, you know.
Yeah, me too.
Small package underwear. I don't know.
Oh, that's his finisher. Yeah, so this match again was kind of a disappointment. I felt
think
like
so?
Well, the way they built it up, way they built it up to how it was executed, like the finish was the same finish that Punk did with Moxley back in AEW.
Do you think that was like a shout out or something? Because he also wore the jacket.
I was going to say, I can tell you that was a shout out.
He wore the jacket from Ring of Honor. He wore the jacket that he wore against MJF. That was a throwback to Ring of Honor. And then he wore the same jacket that he had wore backstage when he yoked up the scapegoat, Jack Perry.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think it was a bit of a throwback, too, for Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins remembers Punk from way back, too, and them old days, too, right?
Yes.
And Seth Rollins grew up, like Seth Rollins, as you said, he idolized Punk, and he loved Punk growing up, and he wanted to be like him, and they compared them to each other, so... It could have went all different ways, however you looked at it. You could get whatever you wanted from it, right?
Yeah, that's
subliminally,
true. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say it. I guess disappointment was too strong of a word. I think that
I
we're
think
gonna
the
get.
crowd was a little flat during it at some parts, like in
They're
the
probably
middle.
blown up because of everything
Yeah,
that was going on the whole night. But
yeah,
I think that this isn't going to be a one-off. I think they're going to have two, maybe one or two more matches with each other. But and we got to remember the first match with Drew and Punk wasn't
yeah.
overly impressive either, with Seth Rollins as a special guest referee. But
Right. And this was a Raw match too. You got to remember. It was Raw.
yes,
But to me it felt like more than a Raw match. It felt more like a pay-per-view match with like stuff that they were doing. Honestly, like, and I got to give a lot of credit and shout out to my boy Seth Rollins for putting over CM Punk too, for
yeah,
doing that. But I liked it. There was finishes, like Punk caught a couple GTSs.
mm-hmm.
He
Yeah.
got the
Seth got a
pedigree
couple
out on the
curb
yeah.
stomps.
Yeah, he got the pedigree out on the table.
Uh, did you realize this is Punk's first match on Raw in like over 10 years?
Yeah, it
That
was.
was wild to think about. Like when I started thinking about it, and then I think they mentioned it too during commentary. It was like,
That's
wow, that's
true.
really something. Yeah, the double go to sleep, the way it worked out,
Yeah.
the go to sleep, bouncing off the ropes on his knees, back up to go to sleep. I thought that was really clever, and then I thought about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I think I saw that before.
Oh
And
yeah, I
then,
knew. I as soon as they did it, I was like, oh, that's John Moxley. Yeah.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
wonder
yeah.
if they're throwing a little bit of shot at John Moxley with it too, kind of, or something like that. Shots. But I liked it because Seth had him up on the turnbuckle, and he went to he did the super suplex, or the whatever you call it.
Love it.
Super suplex, yeah. Then he went to do like the Falcon Arrow off it, and Punk reversed it into the GTS and hit him, and then bounced back off the ropes, hit him again with the GTS,
Mm-hmm.
and that was it.
Boy,
Yeah. Seth had him with the curb stomp though, and Punk put his leg up on the rope.
mm-hmm. The second
Yeah,
rope to really show.
yeah, the second
To
rope. Yeah,
really show he had his foot on the rope.
and I thought there was going to be something with the ref at some point because Seth was really starting to lose it with the ref too.
Mm-hmm,
They
mm-hmm.
both were at certain parts. So I thought there was going to be some effery going on there,
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
but it was clean.
It was clean. It was good. It was, like I said, it was okay for what it was. Like you said, it's Raw. This isn't WrestleMania. This is Raw. We can't really blow our load on this match.
Yeah.
CM Punk had some choice words afterwards in an exclusive interview in the after show that was really telling and really good. And
46 or 48, just a number.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, John Cena. Is John Cena and Punk the same age? Because they both said they were 48.
No, I think Punk said he's 46.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he said 46.
Okay, because Cena was going on about being 48.
48. Yeah. No, yeah. He talked. Jackie Redmond caught up with him as he was, limping off or whatever. They did a great job of selling it, both of them. Like, and leading up to that, before the interview, Punk was on the other side of the ropes holding on, and Seth, was kind of processing what just happened, that he just lost. And they were just kind of staring at each other, and Punk just kind of got a sick smile and just started laughing, and then he goes like this and just looks at Seth. It was it was gold. I loved it. Yeah.
About to get a full heel turn of Seth Rollins. It was like I said, those little nuances in telling. We skipped over something real quick. I wanted to touch on it. I don't know how we did.
But Punk had said that he's going for age is this. He said 46 is just a number, and so was 1 through 30 or whatever it was. And he's going for the Royal Rumble. He's going for the Elimination Chamber. He's going for WrestleMania. He's coming for Gunther. He's going for all the gold this year. He's coming for Cody Rhodes. BITW. I'm the best in the world. I'm straight edge. That means I'm better than you. Put it down.
Sorry to step on that. I knew you really wanted to.
Oh, you good?
I knew you really wanted to get that out. We didn't talk about that. I want to touch on really quick is that age is just a number. Age is just a number unless you are the not so immortal Hulk Hogan that came out. I can't believe Can't believe we
Wow.
skipped over this one, but Jimmy Hart swinging that American flag around, and the real American came out, and boy, LA was not too happy with the Hulkster tonight, brother.
They weren't happy when he had showed up. He showed up in a political shirt to begin with, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So there was already backlash from that online, on top of all the stuff that the Hulkster has done his whole career, and LA was not having it, like you said.
Boy,
he was booed.
He was booed, and they didn't know what to do. Like, poor Jimmy Hart was in the background just waving the flag. Like, if I wave the American flag enough, people will stop booing us. And
Jimmy needs to get some space. He need to let Hogan do his thing alone.
Yeah, Jimmy, you're getting dragged down with this one, buddy. You don't wanna.
Yeah.
We love you, Jimmy Hart, but you gotta.
I don't even know what the promo is about. I believe it was about him promoting his beer.
Yeah, because WWE's in partnership with his beer now or something.
I'm sure that's gonna fly right off the racks.
Yeah.
Just like Bud Light. Yeah.
In certain states, I think.
Yeah.
I think in certain states it's really gonna.
I'm sure it sells at his bar down in Tampa or wherever he has his special bar.
Yeah, the one that only his friends go to.
Yeah. There's only one water fountain in that bar.
Man. But yeah, that was Raw on Netflix. It was a great. I think people's expectations exceeded. Same thing with Saturday Night's Main Event a couple weeks ago, but I was really enjoying it. I had a great time with it. A lot of good, like you said, those celebrity spots and I don't know. There was really nothing that I disliked about it. There's a couple matches that I didn't think were very great, but that
besides
happens
that
on
piece
any
of shit
wrestling
Hulk
show.
Hogan. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but Jimmy Hart kind of helped with that a little bit, I guess. Yeah, that's tough, man. When there's rumors all week long that Stone Cold Steve Austin's going to be there, and we don't get Austin, we get Hogan instead. And
right.
You can see why some people were pissed off. I was pissed off, but
I wonder if he was supposed to be there, because I saw the drone show, and like I had said, I saw Stone Cold's graphic with the drone show at the end. So I'm like, are we going to get a little special appearance? But
yeah, maybe he's just done with it. Maybe he just kind of closed that.
Yeah,
because he was supposed to be at WrestleMania last year supposedly, and then didn't do it. And
I mean, he probably gets tired of. Some people probably just don't want to do the little running love fest things real quick and then be out. Like it probably gets repetitive, and it's just kind of like a gimmick.
The whole tribute show, especially if you're not contributing anything in the ring, you're just riding around on a motorcycle and riding out for a quick paycheck or something. Maybe Austin doesn't. To me, that's just not his style.
Yeah.
All respect to him. All respect to all the performers that showed up last night. It was a really great time. The Rock left and said he was going to NXT tonight. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen on NXT tonight.
Yeah, that's big. That's big. Interesting.
Yeah, we shall see what happens with the final boss. Is he the final boss or is he the final bum now? Let us know in the comments.
Right. Seemed like he just kind of moved aside for everybody, but something tells me that it ain't happening. That's not what's going to happen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Very quickly before we wrap up, we didn't cover SmackDown this week. There wasn't too much stuff of note besides Tiffany Stratton cashing in and finally becoming the women's world champion, or the women's champion. I'm sorry, against Nia Jax, which was a swerve because she came out and helped Nia and Candice win the tag match against Bianca and Naomi.
Yeah.
Just to turn and cash in on Nia Jax to win the title, which everybody was excited about it.
I thought it was a pretty good match. I thought it was pretty good for Nia.
The tag match?
Yeah.
I was going to say the championship match was just her getting a
the championship match. Yeah. With Naomi. The end where she lost the title was her best match. Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. I think the Bianca and Naomi Jade thing kind of needs. I think it's going to play out to Royal Rumble, but a lot of these stories, I think they kind of pull the trigger on early, and then it's kind of like they just simmer and simmer. It's like, okay, there's a fine line between keeping people more excited for the next chapter and kind of being over the story. And I'm kind of over that story already.
But I really like the chain of events that led to the Money in the Bank cash in. From the time during that match with Nia Jax against Naomi, when Tiffany had ran in, and everything that kind of took place, because they kind of swerved you a little bit what was going on, essentially. Like, it made it look like she was helping, and then she didn't. She hit Nia. Nia was up on the ropes, ready to do the annihilator, yeah, to Naomi or Bianca or whatever it was, Naomi. And she hit her with the briefcase, and then Bianca came in, picked Nia Jax up for the KOD, which was crazy. And then Tiffy cashed in with the perfect moonsault, whatever she calls it. Picture perfect moonsault.
But yeah, congratulations to Tiffany Stratton. She's got some gold. Maybe she can take off some of that plastic. And
yeah, that was a big pop, though. She got a big pop for that.
She did get a big
pop.
People
were happy.
Yeah.
That was WWE, ladies and gentlemen. What a great week. What a great debut for Netflix. It was a great time. Like I said, not all these events got to be 5-star bangers. As long as they keep me entertained and have little spots to keep me smiling, I'm very content with what's going on with WWE right now leading up to the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it's great. It was great. The press conference afterwards, they kind of reiterated everything and capped it off, and Punk was talking about Rollins more and saying he's pretty sure it's not over with, that Rollins is going to want more. And he talked about how he dressed still, but still gave him a little respect. And Paul Heyman and Roman had a good little interview. Paul was good. You know, they asked him about The Rock, and he said, "We'll see." Yeah. What a week to cap off with, man. What a week. We all witnessed history. It was amazing. It was great. Hell yeah. A lot of fun.
Let us know in the comments what you thought about the Raw Netflix debut. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What parts were the best for you? What parts were the worst? And what parts were Hulk Hogan levels of shit?
Yeah, it was a lot of anticipation. And like they said, they set the record for the highest gate, which was not surprising because I'm sure they charge an arm and a leg for each ticket, considering who was in the audience. Like, as far as celebrities, like if you were common folk, you were probably sitting up in the nosebleeds. Yeah.
Yes. That is correct.
No Wyatt 6.
Thank God.
Wyatt 6.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God. All you Wyatt 6 lovers out there, where are they now? They are not on Raw and Netflix this week, so
yeah, Uncle Howdy
showcase their biggest talents.
Howdy LC must have had I hope you still had an entertaining night, and I hope you were still able to enjoy Raw.
That's it.
Yeah. Shout out to Marty, too. Shout out to Marty.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Marty.
We had a good conversation the other night. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed Netflix, Marty. You know, he's looking forward to Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, and
and all
things wrestling.
Political liberal conversations.
Yes.
Shout out to AIW. They had a little Twitter X Spaces thing before Raw last night. That was really good and great.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that was on there, Mikey and everybody else drinking pro wrestling.
Yeah, that guy Dre.
Yep.
If I missed you, I'm sorry. But yeah.
Shout out to Adam over at Hidden the Turnbuckle. For sure. Yeah, to stay up late again.
The Sam's Wrestling.
Sam's, yeah.
Boy, oh boy, there's a lot of you guys out there, man. Sports for you.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody. All love.
Kick ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
My brother on Twitch.
That's right.
Yeah. Everybody out there, shout out to you. We appreciate you. But we can't wait to see what happens next week. We're getting Penta versus Chad Gable, I would assume. Hopefully it's not just Rey Mysterio or something. That would be dropping the ball completely. But
we'll see. We'll see.
I'm pretty sure we know what's going to happen. So we'll see if they change it up a little bit. I'm sure it's not going to be as over the top as it was the week before. But it's pretty cool, though. If Raw is going to be in your city or anywhere close to you now, you got to hit it up, because now you're going to be like, I seen a sign that somebody said, hey, Mom, I'm on Netflix. Like, now's your chance. You can be on Netflix if you want. So we're going to have to, Ringside Renaissance is going to have to be on Netflix sooner or later now. So
Yes,
keep your eyes open, because we're going to be in there sooner or later. Yeah. And we'll see where they take everything with SmackDown, with who was on Raw, and if they're going to still cross over, and then where the lines blur and change with that type of stuff. So it's exciting. What a week
it is
of world wrestling entertainment. Lots of fun.
Lots of fun.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments what you want to talk about, what you thought of it. Like you said, yeah. Hit that like button and subscribe, baby. Follow us. Do all that.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back soon next week to talk about probably SmackDown and Raw again, and maybe some AEW. Lord have mercy. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Yeah. You got any last words?
Butt cheeks is a good one.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you all. We appreciate all the love and support.
Everybody go watch the movie, the documentary, The Program on Amazon. Yeah. That's all I
believe in Bob Lazar.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everybody go watch The Program. Check it out. Look it up. It's an immaculate constellation type of thing. Yeah. All right. We hope everybody has a good week, had a good week, enjoyed wrestling like we did. It was crazy. And once again, that's pretty deadly, Jesse. Yeah. And I'm Andrew. Kombat Jones. Yeah.
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
Yeah. And you've been listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast. Peace.